All right, guys. Hello. Welcome back. Hello, hello.
Hello, teacher.
All right. Let's start our second part of the class for today. So let me show you our agenda for this second part, and then we will start with the activities. All right. So first, we're going to have a little discussion on Padlet. So what to do or not to do as a customer service agent or representative. Before the reading activity, we're going to check some new vocabulary for you. Then we will have the reading of Unit 1, reading number 2. Then we will see some tips to improve our active listening skills. We're going to watch the scripts from the Moodle activity taken, and finally we'll have a discussion in groups. Okay, we will work in groups for a little discussion. So that is the plan for this part of the class today. So let's start with the Padlet discussion. Allow me just a moment to open the link and send it to you. Okay, let's share the link. Right, let's go to the Padlet and then I will ask you to answer the question. We'll have a little discussion about this. I don't know if you can read it. It says customer service calls, do's and don'ts. So you are going to write 3 things that you should do and 3 things that you shouldn't do in a customer service call, okay? Please include your name on the answer. Entonces vamos a escribir en el Padlet 3 cosas que debemos hacer y 3 cosas que no debemos hacer en una llamada de servicio al cliente, customer service, okay? 3 things that you should do and 3 that you shouldn't. And write your name on the Padlet, okay? On your answer. right? We already have one answer. Thank you, Carlos. We are waiting for the rest of the students' answers. All right, let's start sharing some of your answers. So, for example, Carlos said we shouldn't offend the customer. Not listen to the customer, or not try to solve the customer's problem. Okay. What we should do is to attempt to solve the problem, be friendly, be effective, all right? Natalia says to be empathetic, to be friendly, and to be attentive to details. And don't is to be impolite, to not follow instructions, or to not manage the times. Okay, good. Madeline said what we should do is organize, we should be friendly, to be willing to do more than necessary. And the don'ts are not follow instruction, downplay the customer concern, yes, or ignore, and to interrupt the customer. Very good. Gerson, you said you should be friendly, good listener, knowledgeable is very important to know your product, and you shouldn't be rude and selfless. No, more like selfish. No debe ser egoísta, selfish, and not meeting the needs of the customer, right? Goodly said, you said to be organized, to do different things, so multitasking, to be friendly and calm during the calls, and to be a good listener. Don't lose patience, ignore instructions, or to be impolite. Okay, not do that. Andres, you say do is to actively listen, okay, to empathize and to provide solutions. Good. And don'ts are to interrupt or rush the customer, okay, and to blame the customer or argue with them. Okay, very interesting points that you are making here. Julian, you say you should be empathetic, a good listener, and a smile. And that you shouldn't do is taking the complaints personally. Yes, it's important. Lose or waste time. Where is it? Waste time in improductive things or to be rude. Okay, Sylvia, you say empathetic, more than necessary, to do more than necessary, and you shouldn't be rude or mean or be a bad listener or not follow instructions. Excellent. So finally, we have Jeanette. Be nice, be efficient, respond to the request, and you shouldn't break the work schedules. Okay, so to avoid your schedule, you should not do that. You shouldn't respond to the request incorrectly, and to treat the customers badly. Okay, you shouldn't do this either. Excellent, guys. Very good. So that was just our little introduction for today's or this part of the class topic, which is active listening and some more activities of what we should or shouldn't do when working in a call center. So just let me take the attendance for this part of the class, and then we will continue, right? Let's see, Gerson Arismendi.
Hi, teacher.
Hello. Jean-Claude is not here. Jessit. Jessit is not connected. Natalia Camargo.
Present, teacher.
All right. Brian Cordero. Not here. Andres Correa.
Hi, teacher, present.
All right. Thank you. Silvia Cuellar.
Hi, teacher present.
Hello. Elkin Fernandez.
Hi, teacher present.
Hello. Thank you. All right. Julián Figueroa.
Hello, teacher present.
Hello. Thank you. Jeanette.
Present, teacher.
All right. Carlos Galán.
Present, teacher.
All right. Mabel Gamboa.
Present, teacher.
Thank you. José Alejandro Gómez. Judy Lisette Liscano. And Lisette Tarazona.
Present, teacher.
All right. Thank you. Excellent. Excellent, guys. Thank you for your participation on the Padlet. Okay, Elkin, I saw your answers there. Be prepared. Greet with a smile. Ask for feedback. Don't interrupt and don't argue or blame the customer. Good. Now, guys, we're going to have a little preparation of the vocabulary before you can have some time to work on the other activity. Oh, I forgot we had to socialize the answers for the Moodle activity that we already did. Let's socialize them very quickly. Remember, the students who were not present in the first part of the class, you must finish this activity by tomorrow. Okay, so Unit 1, Vocabulary 1. Only 9 students completed it. Solo 9 estudiantes la completaron. Esta actividad se cierra mañana, jueves 28 de septiembre, a las 10 de la noche. Entonces deben finalizarla antes de ese momento. Después ya no la podremos realizar. Okay? So let's socialize the answers. So let's see, for example, Mabeli, can you read the first definition?
Okay, teacher. It's a large overhead screen. The answer
What is the
is
answer? Yes.
a display monitor.
Display monitor, all right. Let's see, Silvia, can you read the second one? Silvia Natalia.
Okay. It's a device for storing and processing data. Is a computer.
It's a computer. Natalia, can you read the next, the third one?
Okay, teacher. It's a device used to perform mathematical calculation. It's a calculator.
A calculator, yes. It is very, very easy, this activity. Gerson, can you read the next one?
Yes, teacher. Are keys used to enter date into a computer? Okay, where is a keyboard?
We say keyboard.
Keyboard.
This is not keys, but keys, the keyboard. All right, thank you. Julian, can you read the next? It's
a handheld device used
handheld.
handheld. Okay. It's a handheld device used to operate a computer. This mouse.
This is a mouse. Very good. All right, let's see, Elkin. What about the next? Is a device.
It's a device used to make and receive telephone calls. A phone.
It's a phone. All right, and let's see the last, or Carlos. Can you read it, please?
Yes, teacher. It's a set of headphones, typical with a microphone attached that connects to a telephone or computer, allowing the user to talk and listen while keeping their hands free.
This is
Yes.
called a headset. Yes,
Headset.
so is some headphones with the microphone attached to it is called a headset. All right, these are the answers. Let's, I will send it. Right, these are it. These are the correct answers. So remember, if you haven't, now you even have the answers to complete it, guys. So remember to finish the activities by that time. After that, you won't be able to do it, right? Well, now, today, we're going to continue working on these activities. Now, the opportunity is for etiquette rules. So this is for Unit 1. This is the reading number 2. So we're going to read some words that might be useful in the activity. And then you will have around 10 minutes to complete the activity, and we will socialize it. So let's read the definitions. Andres, can you start with the first word? It's etiquette. Andres?
Hi, teacher. Sorry, I have some problems with my internet. Please, could you repeat what
Yes,
you said?
yes, can you read the first word? Etiquette.
Okay, teacher. Etiquette. The customary code of polite behavior in our society or among members of a particular profession or group.
This is etiquette, the code of polite behavior in society or in a particular profession, right? So in Spanish, we also say etiqueta, etiquette, the polite behavior, like a code. Then we have no gum chewing. So this is to chew gum, okay? When you do this, this is a gum and the action of chewing. So no gum chewing means this, what you can see in the picture, right? Let's continue. Sylvia, can you read the next? To place on hold.
Place on hold. In this case, the connection is not terminated, but no verbal communication is possible until the call is removed from hold by the same or another extension on the key telephone system.
All right, so you place something or the call on hold, right? It's not finished, but you cannot communicate with the other person. In Spanish, we say ponerlo en espera, I think it's the word. You place the call on hold, okay? You place it on hold. Lisette, can you read next one, number 4?
Okay. In one's best interest to do something. Beneficial, advantages, helpful for someone to do something. Idiom.
All right, yes, so this is an idiom. When you say you do something in your best interest or in my best interest, it means that this is advantageous or helpful for me to do it. So I do it in the customer's best interest, okay? So it's the most beneficial or helpful thing to do, right? That is the meaning. Next, Natalia, the earliest convenience.
Okay, teacher, earliest convenience is part of the phrase at your earliest convenience, meaning as soon as you can.
Yes, so when you see it's at your earliest convenience, it means that when you do it as soon as you can, as soon as it's possible for you, okay? At your earliest convenience. Julian, please read the next one, the policy.
Policy. A course or principle of action adopted or proposed by an organization or individual.
Yes, a policy. So in Spanish, how do we say this? This is a principle adopted by an organization.
Las políticas de una compañía.
Yes, the policies of a company or company policy are in Spanish políticas de la compañía. Okay, Jeanette, can you read the next one? The likelihood.
Likely, the state of or fact of something being likely probability.
Yeah, the probability. So the likelihood of something happening is the same as the probability of something happening, okay? Is the same. It's a synonym. And finally, let's see, Elkin, the to come up.
To come up of an issue, situation, or problem occur or present itself, especially unexpectedly.
Yes, when a situation comes up or a problem comes up, it means that occurs or is presented unexpectedly, all right? So this came up or this problem came up, so it means that it occurred unexpectedly and suddenly, right? These are some of the words that will be useful for you when doing our next activity. So I will fix this. This activity will be closed tomorrow at 10 p.m. Let me fix that. So tomorrow on September 28th at 10 p.m. So now you will have around 5 to 10 minutes to work on this activity. Once you finish it, we will socialize it. So this will be unit 1, reading number 2. Let me show it to you here. The hands-on activity. So unit 1, reading 2. Hands-on, unit 1, reading number 2. Okay, let's check the questionnaire. It's called the call center etiquette rules. I'm going to give you some time to read the basic rules when speaking with customers, and then you can answer the questions. Once you finish, please let me know on the chat so I know that we can continue. Right, guys? Let me know when you are ready with the activity, okay? All right, guys, I think we are ready. Most of you already finished the activity. Let's double check. So we can so we can compare our answers. Still have some that have not finished, but let's socialize. Okay, let's read the text quickly and then we will socialize. Let's start with Carlos. You can start reading the text. Call center etiquette rules.
Okay, teacher, call center etiquette rules. Call center etiquette can seem pretty self-explanation. However, it never hurts to have a little refresher. Below are some of the most, teacher, I can see the text because I a window and you.
All right.
Okay. Have a little refresher. Below
Yes.
are some of the most important phone etiquette tips for agents when talking with customers. Basic rules when speaking with customers. What better place to start than with the basics? If you already have the basics,
We say, sorry, basics, yes.
basics done, then you are just one step closer to having ideal call center etiquette. But if not, here are some of the most important rules. Always introduce yourself and the company. No gum showing. Speak clearly and directly into the phone. Don't cover the phone. Put on off if you need to ask another employee a question. Answer the phone clearly within 2 or 3 rings. Create the color according to your company's script. Use an appropriate tone of voice and pace when speaking to a customer, and be professional.
Use the appropriate tone of voice. Space is like to breathe, okay? Take a good rhythm. Don't speak too fast or too slow. You have a good rhythm when speaking. All right, continue. Thank you, Carlos. Let's read another person, for example, Gerson. So proper hold procedures, what are these?
Okay, teacher. Proper hold procedures.
Yes.
Nobody enjoys being on hold, but sometimes is avoidable.
Unavoidable.
Here, unavoidable. Thank you, teacher. Here are some tips on how to properly place someone on hold and still create a good customer experience. First, ask the caller if it is okay to place them on hold and wait for them to say it's okay. Next, give them the choice to be called back or if they prefer to stay on hold if the solution is going to take a while. Next, check back in every 30 seconds or so with the caller on hold. And last, always thank the caller for being patient.
For being patient. Good. And then let's see the last part, Julian. Rules when transferring a call. Julian?
Sorry, teacher.
Yes, rules when transferring a call.
Transferring a call, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
Transferring a call properly is especially important. Improperly transferring a call can waste customers' time, making them more irritated than they were at the beginning of the call. Inform the caller as to why they are being transferred. Explain why it is their best interest to be transferred, and check to make sure the partner, is able to take the call before completing the transfer. If the call cannot be transferred, get out the caller's information and inform them that someone will give them a call at their earliest convenience. If they can be transferred, make sure the new department person has the caller's name, request, and any other helpful information they might need to access the issues. Consider a policy where your reps stay on the call after they transfer it to a technician so they can see how the issue was resolved. This increases the likelihood that they will be able to handle the call on the first touch when the same or similar case comes up again.
Very good. So this, thank you guys. This is very important that you keep in mind, especially with transferring a call. It's very annoying, irritating for the customer when you are transferred like from one person to the other, maybe 2, 3, 4 times, and the problem is still not resolved. So this is why we need to be proactive or knowledgeable and recognize which department will be appropriate to resolve the customer's request or question, right? If you don't know, then it's perfectly fine that you transfer the call, but make sure that you are transferring to the person who can solve the situation, right? Don't transfer a customer just to like move them or so that they leave you alone. No, it's to help them resolve the issue and that the customer is satisfied. Of course, we don't want negative customers or angry customers. That's what we are trying to avoid, right? So let's socialize your answers here. When answering a call, what should you do? Talk directly into the phone, should pick up the phone on the 4th ring, or use the speaker phone. What do you guys
You talk directly into the
Yes,
phone.
you should talk directly into the phone. not using the speaker, and picking up very quickly after 2 or 3 rings. All right, next, if you need to ask another employee, what should you do? Transfer the call, cover the phone, like you do like this, cover it, or put the call on hold.
Always put the call on hold.
Yes, we always put the client, the customer on hold. Number 3, if you want to place it or put the client on hold, you should give them the choice to talk to another person, to be called back, or hang up and then call again. What do you think?
Be called back.
To be called back. Yeah, this also depends on a specific, on your specific job. Sometimes it is possible to call customers back. You can take their data, their information, sorry, and call them back. But in others, it's not possible. So you will need to wait, place them on hold, back and forth, and solve the situation. And number 4, when you need to transfer to a technician, the call to a technician, what is the recommendation? No need to stay on the call. The supervisor can connect to the call, or it's better to stay on the call.
It's better to stay on the call.
Yeah, that's the recommendation, is to stay on the call to make sure that the customer's request is being handled properly. All right, so those are the answers over here. Let's finish it and we'll see. Yeah, very good. That's it. We ended here. So that was our reading number 2. Now we will continue. Let's have this short activity. Is very easy, just for you to review this topic. So answering the phone, some sentences that we can use, which ones are appropriate as to start the call or to finish the call or to show empathy, etc., etc. Right? So I'm giving you some time, some minutes. So we have 10 questions. You're going to read the situation and then select the answer. Opening or answering the call, wrapping up or closing the call, transferring the call. All right? What would it be? So again, just 5 minutes to do it. Once you are finished, share your results with me on the chat, the points that you got. All right, we've finished the activity. We're not going to socialize it. Let's move on to the next part so I can explain to you what we're going to do next, right? So next, I want to share with you some important tips to implement into active listening, all right? So you know that when we are speaking with someone in real life, when we have them face to face, or even like this, that you can see my face, my expressions, most of our communication is done with our facial gestures. So what we do with our nose, or if we frown, or if we smile, then you can understand what the other person wants to say. A lot of our communication is done through non-verbal cues, right? So how you move your hands or your body, your facial expressions, all of this. So when we are just talking on the phone, it's really important for us to show either the other person, or in this case, the customer, that we are listening to them, that we are interested, that we are paying attention, and that we want to help them, right? It's not easy for the other person on the other side of the phone to understand or get all of this if I don't properly show it, all right? So that is what we're going to see today. What tips can we implement for active listening, all right? So number one tip is to verbally demonstrate that you are listening. So for example, when you are talking with someone, you do your head like this, like to show them that you are listening, or you do this, or like this, but in a call, you cannot show that to the other person, right? We show nodding or smiling or facial expressions. But through the phone, we need to implement a different technique because the other person cannot see us, right? So what can we do here? We say like, yes, aha, or wow, really? We can say, yes, oh, of course, aha, tell me more. So you can use all of these like indicators to show your listener that you are paying attention, that you are listening, right? So that's the first tip, is to verbally demonstrate the other person that you are listening to them, all right? Let's take a look at the second tip. Let's read it. So, oh, who is connected? Jose? Let's see, Lisette, can you read, start reading for providing feedback, please?
One of the most powerful techniques you can use for active listening is paraphrasing.
Paraphrasing.
Paraphrasing. Okay, I continue, teacher.
Yes, please continue.
Paraphrasing is the process of restating what the speaker has said, but using different words and, if necessary, in a slightly different context. This is a surefire way of providing the customer with the confidence you have been paying attention and understand the situation. Also, don't be afraid to ask questions. Taking an active interest in what the customer is saying by asking questions reinforces that you are invested in understanding their point of view.
All right. Yes. So this is, thank you, Lisa. This is very important, either to reassure your customer and also to help you understand and process their information. What happens? I know that seeing a person's face can really help you understand them, right? So when you see me speaking in English, if I cover my mouth like this, it would be much difficult for you to understand, because you can also use this as indicator of what I am saying. Imagine you are talking on the phone and this is a native person. When I'm talking to you, I speak a little bit slower. I try to speak more clearly so you can understand. If a native person is talking on the phone, imagine probably they are a little bit angry or annoyed that they had to call you, right? So first, the attitude is not the best, and then you cannot see their face to help you understand. So you really need to exercise your listening skill, especially in native contexts, and particularly without seeing the other person's face. So this could be quite tricky in a call. So paraphrasing or repeating the information back to the person can really help you. Show that you are paying attention, but also to process the info. So if the customer says, I would like a refund because I didn't receive my product. So you can say, oh, of course, I understand what you mean. So what you would like to me to help you today is to receive your money back because the product was not delivered to your residence, right? Or correct? So this help you understand it, and also to the customer that you are paying attention, right? They would say, oh yes, that's what I want, okay? So this technique of paraphrasing and asking more questions and repeating the information back to the client is really important, okay? So that's the second technique to provide some feedback. Number 3, pay attention. Let's see, Elkin, can you read our definition for pay attention?
Pay attention. It's easy to get distracted working in a call center. Second, from the numerous apps on your desktop, your colleagues are just watching the world go by outside. If you have Windows, it's not hard to sometimes tune out a little. As a contact center agent, you need to remain focused on each and every customer. And finally, using dual headsets where both ears are covered can reduce noise distractions.
All right, good. So this tip is quite general, but imagine you're nowadays we have a lot of call centers that work remotely, so you can work from home, but others are still on site, so you need to go there and share an office or a big space with other other employees, other agents, right? So it can be you can be very easily distracted in these places. If someone is talking loudly, or maybe your boss is telling you something, or sometimes they have like a TV with some things on it, like images or whatever. So there could be anything or many things that can distract you. So it's very important that when you receive a call, you get your whole focus, your complete attention into what the person is telling you, all right? And of course, using the headset would really help to concentrate and to pay attention to the customer, all right? Let's see, number 4 is to acknowledge emotions. Natalia, can you read the definition, please? Acknowledge emotions.
Okay, teacher, acknowledge emotions. If you can hear that a customer is upset, adjust your approach to help the customer. When the customer sounds frustrated or angry, use empathy below and reassure them you are here to help. If they're happy, match them with their tone and get the positive vibe flowing.
The positive vibes, las vibras
Right?
positivas, the positive vibes.
And using empathy statement can also be a powerful weapon.
Weapon, yes. All right. So don't worry. We're going to see what are the empathy statements. So here, what they are telling us about is to recognize the emotions of your customer. Okay. So if the customer is upset, is angry, you adjust your tone to help them, right? So if they come to your call at a level 8 of angry, so you try to calm them down, you bring them down so they are more relaxed, they are accepting of what you are going to say, even if it's something negative, with your words or with your voice, you will need to try to calm them down, right? Using empathy, we are going to see that later, or reassuring. Of course, ma'am or sir or miss, I am doing my best to help you to solve your issue. Give me just a couple more minutes to keep on working on your request. I'll be right back. So whatever this can be to reassure your customer, all right? On the other hand, if a customer tells you something or they are happy, for example, imagine the customer calls you, oh, I need to put like a notice on my credit card because I am traveling on my honeymoon. I am going to the Bahamas or Cancun. I will make some purchases there, so I need my credit card to work there. So if the customer is happy telling you this, how are you going to answer? Oh, okay, I'll do it now. No, you can say, oh, really? Congratulations. I hope that you have a great time there. Of course, let me do that for you right now. Okay, so you match their energy. If they are angry, then you try to calm them down. But if they are happy, then you need to match their tone and get like positive vibes with your customer, right? So that is to acknowledge their emotions. All right, this one. So don't jump to conclusions. Let's see, Jeanette. Can you read it, please? Jump to conclusions.
Don't jump to conclusions. When you take similar types of calls all day, it can be easy to jump to conclusions as soon as a customer opens their mouth. But it is important you keep an open mind and make sure you don't miss out on critical information.
Very nice. So this one is also very important. Imagine you're working and you receive like 50 calls in a day, and 50% of the calls are the same problem, and you already know how to solve it. Okay, the same. But you get one call that the person is explaining, and you say, oh, it's this, I need to do that. But then that is not the solution, or the customer actually had a different problem, or they had a similar problem, but you needed to do one extra step. So whatever it is, remember to not jump to a conclusion quickly before you listen to the customer and what they are requesting you to do. Sometimes even the customer doesn't know how to express what is happening, right? So this is when you need to ask further questions and don't jump to conclusions, but to try and figure out what is the correct way to approach this issue, right? Then we have to use empathy, and this is the last tip that we will discuss for today. To use empathy. So using genuine empathy, you are demonstrating to the customer that you understand and that you care for their situation or for their problem, okay? So this reassures that you are listening to their concerns. we are going to see sometimes the customer can be sad or they can be really frustrated. So this is when we use empathy or empathy statements that help you cope with this situation. Okay, so I'm sending you this link. You can check it. All right. So let's scroll down a little bit. The empathy statements. Okay, let's read them very, very quickly. Gerson, can you read the first 7 empathy statements that we have here? This one.
Teacher, first,
Yeah.
I am truly sorry to hear about your experience. 2, I understand how frustrating that must have been. 3, I would feel the same way if that happens to me. 4, I am sorry you are having this problem. 5, I realize how complicated we've made things for you. 5 again. I appreciate your
Oh,
patience
sorry.
in this matter. 8, I understand that this has been inconvenient for you and how annoying that must be. And the last, I realize how upsetting this must be for you.
Yes, all right. So sometimes you need to be careful with this because if you use the wrong tone of voice or you are not sincere, then the customer could feel like offended, okay? So when using empathy, of course, it's important what you say, but also how you say it. So use the appropriate tone of voice. So if the customer is very angry, you can say, oh, of course, I truly understand the situation. I know you feel very frustrated. I'm sorry to hear about that experience. Okay, so you need to use the appropriate tone of voice in these situations. Other examples. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. If I were in your position, I would feel the same. I know how confusing this could be. You are absolutely right. I appreciate you raising this with us because this is unacceptable, etc., etc. Okay, so this in this website you can find other tips on how to calm down angry customers, etc. Okay, so these are just some phrases of empathy that we can use with them. Of course, I totally understand. I would feel the same. This is not correct, you are right, this is not acceptable, etc. etc. Okay, so those were our tips. Now guys, we're going to take a look. This is very easy, just some samples of script openings that we can use in our calls. All right, so we're going to go back to the Moodle unit 1. And here in the take-in, we have the first activity, call center script opening. Okay, let me deactivate this. Right, so call center script opening. Remember to mark it, tick it if you already did it or if you are going to do it. Okay, this is very easy, a very easy activity. Just for you to read the scripts and listen to the scripts.
Hi, this is your name from company name.
All right, so you can just listen to the scripts. Hi, this is your name. How can I help you today? Etc. Just 3 or 4 minutes for you to listen to it, and then we will read them together.
Absolutely.
And that's it.
Before we go ahead,
Remember, Unit 1, call center script opens. The first All right, guys, I think you had some minutes to check them. Let's listen to it together, and then we will do our next and final part of the class today.
Hi, this is your name from company name. How can I help you today? Hi, you've reached name from company name. How are you doing today?
Right, so this is a sample of receiving a new customer. When you are working with a new customer, you want to ask for their information, of course, to create or place them in the system and create a history for them. So this is for a new customer.
Absolutely. Before we go ahead and take care of that, could I please have your order number? Sure thing. Before I go ahead and check on your product name, could I please have your name, phone number, and address to confirm the order? Thanks for that. Customer name. Now I just want to confirm that we're talking about your order of product name that was purchased on date. Is that right?
All right, this situation is specifically about a product. So after the customer tells you why they're calling, usually they will tell you the reason for the call, but without giving you any information like numbers or tracking numbers, any of that. So that's the next step is for you to get, okay, before we go ahead and continue, what is the order number? What is the tracking number? Or what is your ID? Sometimes you can ask it, okay? So you will need some type of number or info just to retrieve all of that information about the order from the client, okay? So that would be the next step. This is what you can see on the script.
Hey, customer name, welcome back. What can I do for you today? Thanks for calling again, customer name. I see you made that purchase on date for a product name. Is that right? Hi again, customer name. I see here you were having an issue on product name or order issue. Is that right? Hi, customer name. Is this for the product name you made on date?
All right, so this one is for an existing customer. You can say, welcome back, or thank you for calling again, Mr., Mrs., and then you give them their information about the product, etc. Okay, so that was it for this part. Very, very easy. Let's see who completed it. I can check here in the review who completed the activity. Very good. Okay, excellent. Well, that was it for Moodle today. Now let's focus on our final activity for today's class. It would be done in the folder, no more in Moodle. Now let's focus on this. So give me just a moment to open this link and then I will explain the activity. Right, so there you have the link. This is the document, Class 1, Part 2, discussion. This is, so you will work in pairs. Each couple, each group will have to download it, put your name on the document, and upload it again, right? You download it or you create a copy, then you will work on the document and upload it, re-upload it, okay? So let's take a look. In this part, you will discuss what the customer service representative or the agent, so the worker, you, could do to resolve the customer situation, okay? So what I want you to think is some useful sentences that the agent can use in each situation, all right? Or maybe mention some of the techniques with examples, so clear examples of what the agent can say in any of these situations. or what could be a solution that they can offer to the customer for each case. So take into account these aspects. The tone of voice you would use, so friendly, professional, you will be empathetic. Give me some examples of specific questions or statements that you would say to the client, to the customer, to demonstrate that you are listening, and how you will respond to the customer needs or their concerns. Okay? Let me fix it. I need to delete this part. This is not here. And this is not here. All right, so you just need the situation. I'm giving you the situation, and then you will think about what the solution might be, what techniques can you implement from active listening, right? So a scenario A is that you have a billing issue, okay? The customer is that you recently received your monthly bill and you notice an overcharge, un problema con la facturación, te cargaron de más, okay? So this is the client, you are frustrated and want a quick resolution. So how can the customer agent respond to this using active listening or specific sentences or actions that you can do to solve this situation? In the scenario B is you are experiencing issues with your internet connection. You need assistance to troubleshoot and fix the problem. And C is that you are interested in buying or purchasing a new product from this company. You have questions about the characteristics, the pricing, and the availability. So ideally, if you have time, you can do all of them. But if you don't have enough time, you can do at least one, okay? Complete one. If you can do the three of them, that it would be perfect. So you will need to include or discuss specific sentences or examples that the agent can use to help the customer, and how will you respond to the needs or the concerns of the customer. All right? Is it clear, guys, what we're going to do?
Yes, teacher.
All right, excellent. So I'm going to create the groups. Remember, you need to discuss and write it together. So let me create. Okay, we will have 5 groups. You will work in pairs. You can go to the breakout rooms now. Lisette? Hello, Lisette?
Let me download it and
No worry. So if you want, we can work in scenario B.
okay.
Teacher, hi teacher.
Yes, hello. Tell me.
We have to do a discussion similar
Yes.
to a conversation.
So not specifically a conversation, just discuss what could be some things that the agent can say in this situation, right? Or how can they solve the issue? It's not like a conversation, no. Just how can they resolve the problem and some specific sentences that they can use or techniques like active listening, being empathetic. What can you say to show empathy? All of this.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, teacher. Okay.
Want a quick resolution.
Okay.
Okay.
A customer reporting a billing issue. Customer role. You recently received your monthly bill and notice an overchange. You're frustrated and want a quick resolution.
Okay, first question is about the personal information. For example, name, date, and maybe?
Teacher, sorry.
Yes, hello. Tell me.
We have to answer this scenario with these aspects 1, 2, and 3.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. So what tone of voice can you use? Some specific questions that you can ask the customer, and how would you solve the issue? Okay. Or respond to the customer needs.
Okay.
So if you cannot do all of them, just do one. Okay. If you don't have enough time, just do one.
Okay, teacher. For example, we have to write. We can to write about the tone of voice. We can empathetic or polite.
Yes, empathetic, polite. Then the question that you can ask the customer, and third is how you will respond to the needs.
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
All right. Yes.
So we can write down. So the first A. So A can transfer the call to someone who has the knowledge to this case. Yes, but wait.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, they can transfer the call to some assistant who has the knowledge to solve it. wait, we have to follow the rules. Think about the following aspects. First one, the tone of voice you will use, friendly, professional, etc. The specific question or statement you will make to demonstrate active listening. How you will respond to the customer's needs or concerns. Okay.
Maybe
Okay.
listen actively and find out about the number of the bill and
And how many days you have been experiencing um, uy, se me fue esa problema de conexión.
In the first question, the tone of voice, we need to write an example. For example,
How
I
many
understand
days
you.
have you been experiencing issues? No, ay, ¿cómo era? Connection. Connection problems. Some questions that you can ask. Ask are okay. Let me write. I'm here to help you with your internet continuation. Can you tell me about the problem and how many days that esa me la han hecho a mí en when I had Claro services.
Andres,
Yes, tell me.
I don't know what happened to my computer and the screen is white.
Oh.
I don't know if I can write you my part.
Yes, but I don't know if we have time in this meeting. So you can you share your answer by my for WhatsApp. It's
Okay, can you give
you
me
have
your
my phone number.
No,
Let me
please,
write
can
you
you?
because I don't have your
Okay,
phone number, but I will check in our WhatsApp group.
okay.
Is failing?
No.
Is failing or it is gone? See, could be.
Failing
It's
now.
coding. It's coding or it is gone. Or it is doesn't have or it doesn't have. I don't know how I can say it.
Doesn't work.
Doesn't work totally.
Mhm.
Te entiendo así. You are right. It appears to be a big mistake.
You are right, comma. Oh no, point. It appears to be a bill mistake. Yes, for me, it's good.
Okay.
It appears to be a billing. I'm not sure. A billing mistake. And I apologize for the mistake. Teacher, this word, it could be used in this context.
Can you
Mistake.
repeat? Misshape?
Yes.
Like what do you want to say in Spanish?
No. Como, no. I want to say something like inconveniente.
Okay, it's a mishap. Mishap.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Y al final podemos decir, I will resolve it and send you a new bill.
Mishap. Mishap.
Mishap.
We say mishap. Not mishap, but mishap. Like two different words. Mishap.
Okay.
The pronunciation is like separate. Mishap.
Okay.
But
Es una sola palabra, pero la pronunciación es como si fuera separada. No mishap, sino mishap. Pero se escribe junta.
Okay.
¿Ok?
O sea, sí estaba bien.
Sí está bien escrita, pero es la pronunciación.
Okay.
Yes.
Teacher, thank
Teacher,
you.
you are seeing the document?
Not on Zoom. No, you are not sharing on Zoom.
In Drive.
Okay, let me check.
Because I work online. This is the exercise or is more?
Yes, I can see it. Carlos Mavili, group 3. It's there.
Uy, I have a question. Is inline or online? Thank you for you kindly.
Online.
Online?
Yes.
Okay, teacher. Thank you. Online. Together online or?
Yes, you can write it together or with a hyphen, guión. It can be together or with a hyphen.
Thank you for your information.
Teacher, but if this didn't work, you can share what technician to come to your home and resolve the issue. I think that it's all.
Yes, I think it's all.
All right, guys, I think we are finished. I hope that you all finished the activity. I will be checking on the folder what you uploaded, right? So I see Carlos and Magali, group number 5, Natalia and Elkin, group number 4, Lisette and Andres. There's one group missing to upload their document, right? So please upload it. I will be checking it tomorrow or throughout the weekend, right? Guys, also important that you keep an eye on the activities, especially the students that did not attend to the first part of the class, especialmente a los que no asistieron a la primera parte de la clase o, bueno, los que no asistieron y que se deben adelantar. Si de pronto la grabación es como confuso o muy largo para que verifiquen cuáles son las actividades, en las diapositivas yo les estaré poniendo las actividades que vamos haciendo. Entonces es importante que las revisen y se vayan adelantando, especialmente, por ejemplo, en estas actividades que se van cerrando. Entonces, para que lo tengamos en cuenta. ¿Listo? Por ejemplo, hoy hicimos Vocabulary 1, Unit 1, que se cierra mañana. Y también hicimos Unit 1, Reading 2. Entonces, estas dos son las que debemos tener en cuenta a terminar para mañana, martes. Okay? All right, guys. Thank you. That is all for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye, have a good night.
Thank you, teacher.